Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna there. Christina, welcome. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. What time is it? Oh, 2:10. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna do this here. Okay. So there's the link. I don't know. Yeah, can you see the link there? There's the link. Can you? It does that. Is that a clickable link that I just shared there? Can it? Can you just click on that one? Let me know. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Ah, another wonderful dream. Great. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama. Okay. What am I doing here? Okay. Facebook. Okay, I clicked the link on Facebook too here. I'll put the link on Facebook here. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Okay, it's on my timeline. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama. Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Okay, now I'm going to focus here. All right, great. 8 people. Wow, nice. Thank you for coming, everybody. And let's get. I need a little heat in here, maybe. Yeah. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Ram, Hari Ram. Okay, there we go. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. That's not working there, Anita. Hari Ram, Hari Rama. Yeah, I don't know. Your stream is not working. I don't know what's going on. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari. Maybe see if you can figure it out. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, I'll take you off and then try and come back on again, see if you get a better image. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Not showing up, sorry. Krishna Krishna, I don't know what's going on. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama. Is the video in sync too? Let me know if the video's in sync. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Welcome. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama. How are you feeling today? Okay? No good? Oh. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Well, maybe Krishna will let you transcend. Yeah. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. Is it the I thing? Yeah. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everybody give some likes to this thing. More people will see it. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gora, Bhaktavinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita. Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gora, Bhaktavinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shivasadi, Gora, Bhaktavinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Shivasadi, Gora, Bhaktavinda, Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Oh my Lord Krishna, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Jai Sachinandana, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama
Hari
Rama
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 Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Ram Hari
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare
Hari
Hare
Ram
Rama
Hari
Hare Rama Rama Rama
Ram Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Jesus Srila Prabhupada Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gora Bhaktivinoda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Gauranga 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda, Go, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri
Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, Jesus,
Jesus,
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gora Bhaktivinoda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasadi Gora Bhaktivinoda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama
Rama
Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhaktavinda
Jaya Jaya
Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda
Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita
Chandra
Jaya
Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
All right. So Chaitanya Bhagavata Madhya. Oops. Let's see here. I didn't make it bigger. Hare Krishna. Here we go. This here, 2 pages. And I need to make it bigger. Here we go. Ah. So all glories to Lord Vishvambara, the crest jewel amongst this. I think this is Majikanda, maybe chapter 1. All glories to Lord Vishvambara, the crest jewel amongst the Brahmanas, and all glories to the beloved associates of Vishvambara. All glories to Lord Gaurachandra, the stalwart among all religious preachers, the safe bridge to the spiritual world. He has fully subdued his physical and mental urges. All glories to the Lord. He possesses incomparable beauty and is the embodiment of congregational chanting of the holy name. All glories to Lord Caitanya, for he is the dearest friend in life of Nityananda Prabhu and the sublime object of love for Gadadhar Pandit and Advaita Acharya. All glories to Lord Caitanya, for he is the dearest friend and the real and the life of Nityananda Prabhu and the sublime object of worship of love for Gadadhar Pandit and Advaita Acharya. He is the dearest. He is dear to Sri Jagannananda Pandit and the render the render loving hearts of and the tender loving hearts of Vakreshwar Pandit and Kashishwar. He is the Lord and Master of Srivas and other beloved associates. O Lord, kindly look upon the living entities with divine benevolence. The descriptions recorded in the Majjhikanda are like streams of nectar, which pour out into the ears. It melts the granite-like doubts and atheistic thoughts in the deep recesses of the heart. Please listen attentively with unflinching faith to the narrations of the Majjhikanda, describing the beginnings of the congregational chanting of the holy name. The entire township of Navadvip offered jubilant so bright. How do I do something about this? The night, there must be a night thing here. Is it here? Is there a night thing here? Night. Look at this. Here we go. There's no night. Okay. Oh, okay. I gotta do it like this. Better. The entire township of Navadweep offered jubilant. Hare Krishna. Uh-oh. Okay. The entire township of Navadweep was overjoyed to see Vishvambara return. They accompanied the Lord, many of them going in front of him. They brought him to his house, and he began narrating the experiences of his pilgrimage. The Lord said, "By your blessings and good wishes, I could visit Gayadam and return without any difficulties." The Lord spoke very humbly, pleasing everyone. They were all very impressed by the Lord's gentility or gentleness. The senior members of society touched the Lord's head and blessed him with a long life. Further, well-wishers chanted mantras for his protection as they touched different parts of his body. Putting their heads upon his breast, others invoked the mercy of Govinda, saying, "May Govinda bestow blissful peace upon you." Actually, Lalita, why don't you read a little bit? I think you're muted there. You have to unmute yourself, I think.
I don't know if I can read.
Can you read? Oh, you want to try?
I can
Try.
try.
And if you can't, let me know. Then we'll make some other arrangement.
Balaram used my glasses.
Ah.
They are dirty now. Okay. What do you want me to read, Guru?
Just read whatever you want. You want my? Do you like Chaitanya Bhagavat?
Yeah. Okay.
How about Madhya Lila, chapter 10?
The great revelation of Mahaprabhu.
Does that sound good to you, or you want something else?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If you recommend it, it's okay. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Srila Gaura Haridas. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, Jagannath Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Lord Nityananda, Lord Caitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Oh, glories to you. Oh, glories to Radharani, and oh, glories to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I look a little bit dramatic.
No, you don't. You look normal to me.
my dearest friend, Lord Gauranga, you are the ocean of transcendental qualities. All glory to you, and all glory to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, the Supreme Personality. Oh, I'm sorry, my battery. All glory to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, the Supreme Personality who is with without beginning or end. After bestowing boons upon Sridhara, Lord Chaitanya began to gentle sway his head, and he repeated the name. I love the name. Nada, nada, nada. He spoke to Ajit Acharya. Acharya, ask what you need. The Acharya replied, my prayers have already been answered, my lord. Lord Chaitanya appreciated his way with a thunderous roar that drowned all other sound. While Lord Chaitanya was still manifesting his Maha Prakasa Lila in the mood of the omnipotent, supremely opulent Lord, Gadadhara Pandita prepared betel, and he offered it to the Lord, who happily accepted. Lord Nityananda, whose partial expansions Ananta is the support of the universe, who held the umbrella over Lord Chaitanya and Advaitacharya and other, and other great persons stood before him. The Lord ordered Murari, look at me. Murari saw Sri Ramachandra in person. He saw that he saw the Vishwambara. Lord Chaitanya was sitting on a kingly throne with his bow, his complexion as green as fresh tender shoots of grass. He saw Janaki Devi, Sita Devi on his left, and Lakshmana on his right. All round the brave all round the brave monkey leaders were offering prayers. By the influence of Lord Chaitanya's transcendental pastimes, Murari, now receiving his identity as Hanuman and seeing his beloved Ramachandra, fell down in an ecstatic swoon. Lord Vishwambara called out aloud, hey, monkey, you seem to forget how the demon Ravana who stole Sita Devi burned your face. Enraged, you set ablaze his capital, Sri Lanka, and destroyed his entire race. I am the same Lord, your worshipful Lord. Now you are again in my presence. Rise, rise, Murari. You are a You are as dear to me as my own life. I am that Lord Ramachandra, and you are Hanuman. Look now upon Lakshmana, your beloved life and soul. You saved his life by bringing from afar the Gandhamadana mountain of obeisances to the lotus feet of Janaki, Sita Devi, whose distress moved you to profuse tears. Lord Chaitanya's words brought back Murari's consciousness, and upon awakening he saw that wonderful scene and he began to cry. He began to cry, Krishna prayed. Murari's ecstatic crying moved even the lifeless dry wood. What to speak of the assembled Vaishnavas? Again, Lord Chaitanya spoke to Murari. You may ask me for any boon. Sri Murari replied, my lord, I do not yearn for anything. However, grant me just one wish. May I sing only of your glories. May I be born in any situation but birth after birth. I simply pray that I may remember and serve you in the association of your servitors. Oh my Lord, please do not place me in any situation where I may deviate from the absolute truth. Forgetting that you are the Supreme Lord and I am your eternal servant. Wherever you descend, accompanied by your eternal associates, I desire to be there as your insignificant servitor. The Lord replied, so be it, so be it. I grant you this boon. Hearing this, a jubilant uproar from the devotees filled the air. All the Vaishnava devotees were naturally very affectionately disposed to Murari, who was always compassionate to all living beings. Such was the purity of Murari's devotion that merely his presence would transform anywhere into a holy place of pilgrimage, as transcendental as Vaikuntha. It's impossible to describe the greatness of Murari. Even the Supreme Lord advanced for the pleasure of Murari. Lord Chaitanya then declared, all of you, listen carefully. If anyone criticizes Murari, he cannot be saved by even 1,000,000 dips in the Ganga. In fact, the baths in the Ganga or even the chanting of Lord Hari's name will certainly destroy such a sinful wretch. Murari Gupta, the Supreme Lord, is Gupta, secretly seated in Murari's heart. This is the spiritual import of Murari Gupta's name. Chanting Krishna's name, the Vaishnava devotees began to weep in ecstasy. Seeing how Lord Chaitanya had showered his mercy upon Murari, Anyone who hears these pastimes of Lord Chaitanya's extraordinary magnanimity will receive Krishna Prem, while Murari and Sridhara wept in Krishna Prem. Being in front of the Lord, Lord Chaitanya chewed on the betel pen, making loud cracking sounds. Lord Chaitanya then turned his burning glance on Harida and he called out, Harida, Haridas, Haridas, look at me. Look at me. Your body is a bird is superior to mine. Your clothes and case or caste is more elevated than mine. Although that sinful Muslim tormentor inflicted great pain on you, yet in my heart I hesitate to punish him for that would surely disturb you. Such is your compassionate nature. Listen, Haridas. Listen, Haridas. When you were lashed with the whip in the different marketplaces, I took up the Sudarsana disc and descended to earth from Vaikuntha, intending to sever the tormentor heads, while your tormentors were trying to beat you to death. At the same time, you were thinking of their well-being. You were unconcerned about your own pains. You had only compassion for them on account of your merciful heart. I couldn't use force. My Sudarsana disc weapon was rendered impotent. I couldn't strike those men because you were determined to forgive them. Being unable to see your misery, I protected you from their lashes by placing my back upon your back. I accepted all those lashes. I accepted all those. Where was it? I can't find it back. Oh yeah, I accepted all those slashes meant for you on my back. See the marks on my back. I'm not lying. Whatever other secondary reasons there were for my descent, unable to bear your suffering, I hastened my advent to this world. My beloved Dada, Advaitacharya, fully recognize who you are. I am totally bound by his loving devotion. Just a minute. Our beloved Lord Caitanya is very expert in expanding the glories of his devotees. He will say or do anything to glorify and protect his devotees. He will say or do anything to glorify or to protect his devotees. He will even swallow. He will even swallow fire for his devotees and willingly becomes his devotee's slave. Sri Krishna recognizes only his devotees and he knows nothing else. To Krishna there is no one equal in possession to his pure devotees. All those miserly offenders who are antagonistic towards such pure devotees of the Lord are devoid of all good fortune. for these pastimes and the things Lord Caitanya said to Haridas Thakur, one can see the highly elevated position of the devotees. When Haridas heard about the Lord's magnanimous deed, he fell swooning to the ground. He lost all external consciousness and he was immersed in an ocean of ecstasy. Lord Chaitanya said, wake up, see my opulent manifestation to your heart's content. Haridas awoke and becoming externally conscious, in tears of transcendental love, he looked about perceiving the Lord's extraordinary manifestation. He rolled about all over the courtyard, sometimes, sometimes breathing heavily, other times swooning. All the ecstatic symptoms swept over Arita's body like a hurricane, and although the Lord tried to steady him, Haridas couldn't remain still. Thakura Haridas said, "Oh Lord Vishwabara, oh Lord Vishwabara, you are, you are the Lord, the protector of the universe. Now the responsibility of delivering is a lowly fallen wretch like me rests on you, my Lord. How can I describe your transcendental glories, as I do not possess any good qualification? I am sinful, and I'm not even within the Vedic society. Just seeing me makes a person vulnerable to sin, and touching me makes one so contaminated that he must bathe immediately. How then can I say anything about your divine pastimes? There is one fact that you yourself have stated. Anyone remembering your lotus feet, be he as insignificant as a fallen, as an insect, is never forsaken by you, whereas even a mighty king falls from grace if he disregards your lotus feet. I am incapable of remembering you, although I know you shelter the most impoverished soul if he simply remembers you. The evil Duryodhana and Dushashana dragged the righteous Draupadi into the palace court, wanting to disrobe her. Confronted with the danger of disgrace, she remembered you, Krishna. Thus, you made her sari endlessly long by your mystic potency. Yet the evildoers couldn't perceive your hand in this. Once witches surrounded Sri Parvati Devi, desirous of eating her. When Parvati remembered you, you immediately appeared. You punished the witches and saved your devotee. I am so sinful that I cannot remember such a magnanimous personality as you, O Lord. Please, therefore, give me shelter at your lotus feet. The demon Hiranyakashipu inflicted all varieties of treachery and brutal methods, trying to kill Prahlada by poisoning, hurling down from the mountain, throwing in a boiling cauldron of oil, etc. Yet, throughout his tribulations, Prahlada meditated upon your lotus feet, and he was saved from each and every calamity. In this way, you humbled many of his enemies, and you took away all their vitality and strength. Finally, you personally appeared due to Prahlada's meditation. Once the 5 Pandavas were in grave dilemma, fearing the wrath of Durvana Muni, but by remembering you, you appeared personally and you saved them. You calmed Yudhishthira Maharaj with your assuring words. See, I'm already here. You just sit down and relax, and I will take care of Durvasa Muni and his army of disciples. Only the shred of vegetable left stuck to the side of the pot after the Pandavas had eaten was taken by Lord Krishna, relishing the thought of coming to his devotees' aid. Meanwhile, the sage and his disciples, bathing in the river, suddenly felt full in the belly, as if having just eaten a sumptuous meal. Ashamed and tearful, they fled. The miraculous benefit of remembering your lotus feet was amply demonstrated by the Pandavas in this incident. For everyone, the path of true devotion is remembrance of you. You perform your super excellent activities to rescue your devotees. The story of Ajamila is a wonderful illustration that even in the most degraded state, one should remember the Supreme Lord at the moment of death. Ajamil saw the Jamadutas coming to drag his soul away to the nether regions of hell. In fear, looking for shelter, he saw his son's innocent face, and he called out his name, Narayana, the holy name of the Supreme Lord, and this immediately reminded him of the Lord. As soon as his mind rested on the Lord, all his danger and distress disappeared. Only the most elevated devotees of the Lord have easy access to this greatest spiritual treasure, the constant remembrance of the Supreme Lord. This is not surprising. O Lord, I am such a destitute that I do not possess the sweetness of your memory, and yet you have not forsaken me. Although I am unfit to see you, you are present before me in person. I'm praying to you now for only one benediction. Sri Chaitanya replied, say all that you want to say. There is nothing that I do not want to give you. Haridas spoke to the Lord with folded hands. O Lord, I have known only misfortune, yet you give me so much hope. Just allow me to partake of the remnants of the footsteps of your devotees, who are surrendered to your lotus feet. Let this activity be my permanent and most prominent service, life after life. My sinful birth and existence is miserable without remembrance of you. But now, please make my life successful by granting me the remnants of your servitors. I feel within my heart that I have committed a grave offense by asking of you to be situated in the elevated status of a Vaishnava, for I am grossly unfit. O Lord, my master, protector and maintainer of the entire creation, I am spiritually lifeless, therefore kindly forgive me my ignorance. O Lord, Lord Vishvambara, the the beautiful son of Mother Sachi, you are my master, So be merciful to me and keep me as a dog in the house of a Vaishnava. Haridas Thakur was overwhelmed by feelings of ecstatic devotion, and he repeatedly petitioned the Lord, feeling his desire for humility and devotional service unfulfilled. Lord Chaitanya replied, "Listen, my dear Haridas, you are a highly elevated Vaishnava. If anyone spends the day in your service and association, or you kindly speak to someone for a short time, that person certainly achieves me. There is no doubt about this. Whoever respects and serves you does so to me also, for I perpetually reside within you. As my servitor, your position is unique. You have therefore imprisoned me within your heart eternally, since you are crowned already with a faultless character. I bless you that you will always continue to worship and serve me and my devotees without a single deviation or offense. A tumultuous sound of joy from the Vaishnavas greeted Lord Chaitanya's boon to Haridas Thakur. High birth, caste, fruitive activities, or wealth are worthless commodities to achieve Krishna Prem. Only the intense loving desire for Krishna can bring one to his lotus feet. A Vaishnava may take birth in any family, but he is always the most exalted personality. This is a spiritual verdict. The living proof is Haridas Thakur, who was born into a Muslim family, yet what he saw and spiritually is perceived is rarely experienced by even the most eminent personalities like Lord Brahma. Only the most wretched sinner will judge a Vaishnava by caste, race, or nationality, and for so doing he suffers the pangs of repeated birth in the lower species of life. One who hears of this pastime of the Lord and Haridas Thakur with proper faith, will certainly enjoy the fruit of Krishna Prem. These words are not my concoction, but the bold declaration of all scripture. One is sure to experience the bliss of devotional service to Lord Krishna if one lends oral reception to the transcendental activities of the pure devotees of the Supreme Lord. All glories to Haridas Thakur, a giant amongst the Vaishnavas. By remembrance of him, one is freed
Mm,
from all sinful reactions.
mm,
The devotees started talking about Haridas. Someone said, he is like Lord Brahma. Another observed, Prahlada has come again as Haridas. Haridas Thakur was in every respect a great and unalloyed devotee. He is an eternal associate of Lord Caitanya. In their hearts, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva always desired the transcendental company of Haridas Thakur. All the demigods feel the same urge to associate with Haridas, and Ganga Devi wishes to bathe Haridas in her waters. Such is Haridas Thakura's exalted position. Just seeing him relieves one from the bondage of material existence. What to speak of association with him? great stalwart devotees like Prahlad, who was the son of a demon, and Hanuman, who was a monkey, are considered exalted Vaishnavas. Similarly, Haridas Thakur was born in a low-caste non-Hindu family, but is counted amongst the foremost Vaishnava devotees. Haridas, along with Murari and Sridhara, began to weep joyful tears, while Vishvambara smiled pleasantly on them, showing Betel. Seated upon the throne, the Lord was engulfed in dazzling effulgence. An equally brilliantly shining Nityananda stood nearby.
Okay, Lalita, let's maybe let Christina read a little bit now. That was a great reading. It was awesome, man.
With one eye.
Yeah, hey, did good.
Yeah,
really
I'm
good.
surprised. I'm so surprised.
Yeah. You know, some devotees, you might want to try this. I noticed this. See, it's about, like Haridas mentioned it. He says, by chanting your name and remembering your pastimes. And you might try chanting, but of course, keep your microphone off when you're listening to the pastimes and see if you don't get more ecstatic. Try that. And because I do, it's just, and you listen to the pastimes, because then you're hearing, and then it's bringing the remembrance of the pastime. And I don't know, it just really works really great, man. It's like, so try it and see, and give me your report, what you guys think. Bhakti Vinod actually recommended that kind of way too. So yeah, it actually works good. Okay, so go ahead there, Christina. What do you want to read from? You got to unmute yourself.
I don't know. It was just wonderful to listen to Lalita. I only got many internet disturbances, so then I was in the flow, feeling ecstatic, and then internet went off. But it's wonderful to listen to Lalita. And actually, I was planning to work because I have this pile of work. But
okay.
but I could not stop. When I heard everything, I just stopped working because it's so attractive. I couldn't
We all
go
have a
on.
pile of work.
I couldn't go on. I couldn't go on. So I'm fallen. I surrendered. So yeah. So let's read a little bit.
About
I don't
Chaitanya.
know.
You got Chaitanya Charitamrita? Yeah, read that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. Hare Krishna. Oh, phew.
Read chapter 9.
Chapter 9. Okay. Chapter 9. Right. Let me see. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I hope this is working. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 9. Hare Krishna, chapter 9, page 65 in my book. Yeah. The desire tree of devotional service, it's called. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I offer my respectful obeisances to my spiritual master, Srila Gora Haridas, who is my transcendental father. He gave me Kriishna, and I'm so, so grateful for his mercy. There's no greater gift than this gift to be able to be intimate with Krishna. Having Krishna in your heart is the greatest treasure one can have in his life. And I feel so, so grateful that I'm asked to read in under his shelter together with the devotees who are here and who are listening. That's a very, very, very great gift. Thank you so much. Oh, my Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto all the devotees of the world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasari Gora Bhaktavinda. So I'm going to read from Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, Volume 2, The Desire Tree of Devotional Service. The greatest thing we can do is devotion to Krishna. That is what's life about. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who is known as Gaurahari. Hare Krishna, Shama. All glories to Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu. All glories to the devotees of Lord Caitanya, headed by Srivasa Thakura. In order to fulfill all my desires, I remember their lotus feet. I also remember the 6 Goswamis, Rupa, Sanatana, Bhatta Raghunatha, Sri Jiva, Gopala Bhatta, and Dasa Raghunatha. It is by the mercy of all these Vaishnavas and Gurus that I attempt to write about the pastimes and qualities of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, whether I know it or know not. It is for self-purification that I write this book. I take shelter of the Supreme Personality, Godhead Sri Caitanya Mahaprabhu, who himself is the tree of transcendental love of Krishna, its gardener and also the bestower and enjoyer of its fruits. Lord Caitanya thought, my name is Vishvumbara, one who maintains the entire universe. Its meaning will be actualized if I can fill the whole universe with the love of Godhead. Thus, thinking in this way, he accepted the duty of a planter and began to grow a garden in Navadvipa. Thus the Lord brought the desire tree of devotional service to this earth and became its gardener. He sowed the seed and sprinkled upon it the water of his will. All glories to Sri Madhavendra Puri, the storehouse of all devotional service unto Krishna. He is a desire tree of devotional service, and it is in him that the seed of devotional service first fructified. The seed of devotional service next fructified in the form of Sri Ishvara Puri, and then the gardener himself, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, became the main trunk of the tree of devotional service. By his inconceivable powers, the Lord became the gardener, the trunk and the branches simultaneously. Paramananda Puri, Kesava Bharati, Brahmananda Puri, and Brahmananda Bharati, Sri Vishnu Puri, Kesava Puri, Krishna Nanda Puri, Sri Nrishima Tirtha, and Sukhananda Puri. These 9 sannyasi roots are all sprouted from the trunk of the tree. Thus the tree stood steadfastly on the strength of these 9 roots. With a sober and grave Paramananda Puri is as the central root, and the other 8 roots in the 8 directions, the tree of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stood firmly. From the trunk grew many branches, and above them innumerable others. Thus the branches of the Chaitanya tree formed a cluster or society with great branches covering all the universe. From each branch grew many hundreds of sub-branches. No one can count how many branches thus grew. I shall try to name the foremost of the innumerable branches. Please hear the description of the Chaitanya tree. At the top of the tree, the trunk branched into 2. One trunk was named Sri Advaita Prabhu, and the other Sri Nityananda Prabhu. From these 2 trunks grew many branches and sub-branches that covered the entire world. These branches and sub-branches and their sub-branches became so numerous that no one can actually write about them. Thus the disciples and the grand disciples and their admirers spread throughout the entire world. And it is not possible to enumerate them all. As a big fig tree bears fruits all over its body, each part of the tree of devotional service bore fruit. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was the original trunk, the taste of the fruits that grew on the branches and sub-branches surpassed the taste of nectar. The fruits ripened and became sweet and nectarian. The gardener, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, distributed them without asking any price. All the wealth in the 3 worlds cannot equal the value of one such nectarian fruit of devotional service. Not considering who asked for it and who did not, nor who was fit and who unfit to receive it, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed the fruit of devotional service. The transcendental gardener Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu distributed handful after handful of fruit in all directions. And when the poor, hungry people ate the fruit, the gardener smiled with great pleasure. Lord Caitanya, wow, this is so conclusive. Lord Caitanya thus addressed the multifarious varieties of branches and sub-branches of the tree of devotional service. Since the tree of devotional service is transcendental, every one of its parts can perform the action of all the others. Although a tree is supposed to be immovable, this tree nevertheless moves. I am the only gardener. How many places can I go? How many fruits can I pick and distribute? It would certainly be a very laborious task to pick the fruits and distribute them alone. and still I suspect that some would receive them and others would not. Therefore, I order every man within this universe to accept this Krishna consciousness movement and distribute it everywhere. I am the only gardener. If I do not distribute these fruits, what shall I do with them? Yeah. How many fruits can I alone eat? Yeah. By the transcendental desire, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I'm back. There was a disturbance from internet. Distribute this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Let people eat these fruits and ultimately become free from old age and death. If the fruits are distributed all over the world, my reputation as a pious man will be known everywhere, and thus all people will glorify my name with great pleasure. One who has taken his birth as a human being in the land of India should make his life successful and work for the benefit of all other people. Hare Krishna. Great at this word successful. Wow. By the work, thoughts, and words, an intelligent man must perform actions which will be beneficial for all living entities in this life and the next. Yeah. And how intelligent is this? It's Krishna's intelligence. I am merely a gardener. I have neither a kingdom nor very great riches. I simply have some fruits and flowers that I wish to utilize to achieve piety in my life. Although I am acting as a gardener, I also want to be the tree, for thus I can bestow benefit upon all. Just see how these trees are maintaining every living entity. Their birth is successful. Their behavior is just like that of great personalities. For anyone who asks anything from a tree never goes away disappointed. The descendants of the tree, which are the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, were very glad to receive this order directly from the Lord. The fruit of love of God is so delicious that wherever a devotee distributes it, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I just don't pay attention to the internet disturbances. When I fall away and I come back, I will repeat what I read before. Okay. The fruit of love of God is so delicious that where
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We go again. I fall away every time.
Yeah, what's happening?
The fruits of love. All the time I have internet disturbances, and then
Just go on. Don't explain. Don't have to explain. Just don't worry about it. Just chant Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram.
Shri Krishna.
Hare Ram,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
It says move closer to your router. So I'm going to do that because I have internet problems.
Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
So now I moved closer to the router, and I hope that here I have no disturbances from the internet. So, and then that I can read without disturbances. Let's try. Just a second, excuse me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Let's see if it works better here. Okay, Hare Krishna. The fruit of love of God is so delicious that wherever a devotee distributes it, those who relish the fruit anywhere in the world immediately become intoxicated. Wow. The fruit of love of God distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such a great intoxicant that anyone who eats it, filling his belly, immediately becomes maddened by it, and automatically he dances, loves, and enjoys. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the great gardener, sees that people are chanting, dancing, and laughing, and that some of them are rolling on the floor and some are making loud humming sounds, he smiles with great pleasure. The great gardener,
You know, it's such a shame actually that this is Krishna consciousness. This is what we're doing, man, distributing this fruit, and so many people are adverse to it still. You know, and they could be. You know, this is conclusive. This is a living example here of people relishing the fruit of this Krishna prema and enjoying serving Krishna, relishing that taste in serving Krishna. And so few can get that. See, this is why Prabhupada said this was postgraduate. But that's our mission, is to, you know, increasingly show people that this is where it's at. This is real Krishna consciousness. This is beginning to know who we are worshiping, is to know what he brought here. Is this, you know, the one, even starting with one devotee like Madhavinda Puri, he was just relishing the fruit of chanting and serving the name of Krishna in ecstasy and the happiness of that. And then he distributed it to others and they enjoyed it, and then finally got to Lord Caitanya, and then he massively distributed it. And that's real Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, people don't know what it is. They're distant from the truth, and we're here to bring them closer by, hey man, this is what it is. You know, see practically devotees relishing this Krishna prema and becoming intoxicated by it. this is what Lord Caitanya brought, the highest, deepest level of worshiping him. It's just, amazing, it's amazing. People have a hard time to see it, but, that's what it's all about is, look at Christina. I just met her, and it just basically distributed this. See, the fruit is this ecstatic devotion, and just relishing and tasting this ecstatic devotion, and people that are open to it, it just enters their heart, and then they start to enjoy serving Krishna and get revelations. Like, look at her. She's just not barely around for a while, and now Krishna gives her revelations on the beauty of these scriptures. And because of that taste, that intoxication, you can understand and appreciate this divine literature of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and these conceptions, these conclusive understandings, very deep. And most people, they've been around in Krishna consciousness for 40 years, and they're still not relishing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita on the ecstatic level. See, so it starts by following the real path. The real path are the devotees distributing this fruit. And that's it. And that's its style. That's how you know what we're doing is bona fide. Like some people leave and they say, "Oh, Gohar, what you're doing is not bona fide. It's some other way." No, it's this way. It's exactly like this. You got to find the actual living representatives distributing this fruit this way. They're tasting the fruit, and people coming saying, "Oh yeah, I'd also like to associate with you guys, and I really, this is attractive." Even more than work sometimes. Like Christina says, "Oh, this is so attractive." See. Because it is. This fruit is so attractive. It's very intoxicating and very purifying from the internal level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
It is. Sometimes, if I may share that, sometimes, and then I feel so intoxicated after having been here in the studio listening to the devotees or reading or whatever. And then I feel like, wow, it's so intoxicated that when I want to start doing work afterwards, where I have to read texts, or I'm too stoned to see I'm just staring at the paper. That is what's happening. And then I think, oh no, I just cannot do it because I'm so intoxicated. Being
Yeah, and that started to happen to many devotees. They started to caught this taste. They forgot about their material life. They just became
yeah.
even with their families. I mean, I hate to say it, but
Absolutely.
they actually just said they just did the minimal. Like, what do we need to do? Okay, all right, it's done.
Yeah.
Let's get back to chanting.
It's true. It's becoming the other way round. You try your utmost to do the really urgent, needed material things in between, and even then, sometimes you don't succeed. Look at these piles. I mean, it's because the Lord grabs you. You're so attracted. You can just not do it. You cannot just not continue to do these material things. It's like a verse is coming up now, where Krishna is coming, and the devotees who are cooking and who are doing their work, they leave everything. They leave the stove on the fire and they go, because he's so attractive. This is so attractive that I'm not visible, that you just cannot continue. And yeah, I'm trying to find my way to keep doing the minimum that is needed on a material level, because I'm very much attracted by Krishna and the Krishna consciousness and the devotees and this program. Like today, even I thought, today I'm taking a day off. I'm going to only listen not going to come in this broadcast live, and then in the meantime I can continue doing the work. It's not possible. Then I hear Lalita reading, and it catches me, and I get feeling ecstatic, and then I think, okay, I stop resisting, and I go into it. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, Shama Sundari can relate to this too. Also, see, I mean, she was getting so intoxicated she couldn't do her yoga stuff, and she had to focus. You know?
Yeah,
she was afraid of it.
Yeah. But okay, I also have enough faith in Krishna that he will arrange everything, that he will guide me to get through everything I need to get through. So that's,
if you're going to have issues in life, this is a good one to have. You might as well have.
Yeah. This is an issue.
Better than the other issues.
Yeah. Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. The great gardener, Lord Caitanya, the great gardener, personally eats his fruit, and as a result, he constantly remains mad, as if helpless and bewildered. With his Sankirtana movement, the Lord made everyone mad like himself. We do not find anyone who was not intoxicated by his Sankirtana movement. Persons who had formerly criticized Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, calling him a drunkard, also ate the fruit and began to dance, saying, very good, very good. You see, when you don't know about this, about how intoxicating this absolute truth is, when you don't know about it, you perceive it as that these people who have this Lord in the heart are mad. They're mad. They're out of their mind. Yes, they are out of their mind. But the way they perceive it with their material consciousness, they really think they're crazy. But until the moment that they also eat the fruit, because I was like that before. I saw this program sometimes in the very, very beginning. I thought, are they mad? And then when you start to taste it, then like it's written here, when they also ate the fruit, they also began to dance, saying, very good, very good. So once you really taste this, you understand what it is about. And once you didn't taste it, you cannot understand. You will speculate on it, and you will project your material mind vision on that, not knowing, being ignorant, not knowing, not having tasted this fruit of the absolute truth that sets you free, that makes you mad, that makes you dance, that makes you happy, that makes you laugh, that makes you cry, that makes you attracted like a magnet to, I don't know the English word anyway. This is my purport on
It's,
this verse.
this is the thing. And what happened was a lot of people were actually opposed to this bhakti at first because it was so different. And then gradually they started to see the witnesses. The witnesses were like, wow, they're really happy, and they started to develop faith in it, because that's what it's about. It's really just, it's a favorability and faith in this bhakti coming through these devotees. Because if you accept it, you're accepting the true God, and then you get all this mercy. You get the Lord's boon and benediction of coming close to him. Because basically people, they're afraid of God. That's really, worshiping in fear. They're afraid of the Lord. And because they don't know who he is. They don't know. So he starts to come through these disciplic lines at some point to show himself. And he's this ecstatic, soft, any laughable comedian, and just beautiful personality. Yet people are afraid of this because they've never seen such a personality. It's so different, so weird. So he begins to, at a certain point, show those qualities through his devotees, this ecstatic countenance, this intoxication and all that. And at first people think, oh, it's nuts, man. Oh, my guru's not like that. The devotees are not. No, look at these, there's millions of devotees. They're not like that. What is this? This is wrong. Why, well, it's not, it's just different. It's unique. And then people, like, as the witnesses get it, and they boldly stand up and say, this is beautiful, man, come on, what are you doing, messing around? And then you show that, this entire, after a while, people getting purified. It's like, it's by association. Even maybe you're uncomfortable for a while, but you see people day after day. There must be people. I mean, who is it? Karuna said, hey man, I just put this chanting thing up of you chanting on and looking at the wall in all the color. He had 1,500 views after 4 hours. It's just, after a while, people come and they start to get a little more comfortable, and that means they're coming closer. They're getting purified just naturally. The fire is, they're, getting warmed by it, and gradually they start to see this is really what they were afraid of is something is really beneficial for them. That's probably why people worship God in fear. They want to worship God, but they're a little afraid because they don't know him. And then when they start to see the Lord, that's why it's a gradual thing. These servants of the Lord, they come increasingly and they show a little bit more of who God is, so that people will gradually get accustomed to such an unusual, uncommon personality. But it starts with the devotees. You got to become favorable. That's why I keep saying, hey man, you want to know Krishna, all you have to do is become favorable to sadhu sangha and come regularly, and the Lord will just start blessing you, and by spontaneous, like he's just overjoyed. Well, so I don't care how retarded you are or how negative you are. Oh, you like my devotees? Don't worry, man. I'll take care of the rest. That's it, man. So he just wants, we just read, he just wants to bestow benedictions on his devotees, those who are favorable to his real nature, see, which is transcendental. And so that he presents himself through his devotees, that energy, like father, like son, and like father and like daughter, same thing. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly, Guru. Because I can add something to that. The first time when I listened to a tape of you, and really you yourself, your voice, your speech, your program, the first time was on a couch in my town together with Govinda and Tom, and I never heard of you. I never heard you speak, and I was just blank. I mean it like tabula rasa. I never was into this consciousness, Krishna consciousness before. But I heard you speak, and together with these two devotees, Govinda and Tom, I was in the middle of them, and I hear you, and the tears begin to flow out of my eyes, because I was so moved by this truth emanating from your mouth, these words of God coming through your mouth, and that really proves that you don't have to be learned scholar of or anything. When you're open to it, and then you receive the mercy together with the devotees in their association, listening to you, That was my first experience.
Yeah, this is the faster path because the other one's so hard. I mean, you gotta try to sadhana siddha your way. I gotta austerely chant, fast, take austerities and everything. But the Lord in Kali Yuga wants to make it easy. When he wants to preach this and distribute this fruit, then all you have to do is be accepting the fruit. When if you become accepting it in an acceptable mood, then you just get it. Otherwise, people are trying so hard to attain this love of God and prema, and they have in their mind, after many lifetimes, they'll attain it when they purify themselves. It's better to let Lord Caitanya purify you. Let him jump into your heart, awaken up, and give you taste, and then it's very easy. Oh man, it's so nice. Anyway, people will get it because it's true. What we're doing is real, and blessed by Krishna. You'll see. People will realize how wonderful this is. We got witnesses now. How easy it can be for them. Okay, go ahead.
After describing the Lord's distribution of the fruit of love of Godhead, I now wish to describe. Can you hear me? I have no sound, I think. You can hear me. I cannot hear you anymore. That's crazy. That's really crazy. It's not working today. Yeah, okay, I continue. I don't hear you, but I continue reading. After describing the Lord's distribution of the fruit of love of Godhead.
If you don't hear me, because I have my microphone muted.
Okay, now I hear you. Yeah. And now it's off again. I don't know. I think today is a test of the Lord.
No.
I just continue.
What do you want to? I know I'm muting my mic. We're listening to you. Why do we have to have the mic open? I'm just listening.
Okay. Thank you. After describing the Lord's distribution of the fruit of love of Godhead, I now wish to describe the different branches of the tree of.
Well, we got a long run on that. Okay, you know what? Let's let Shama Sundari read a little bit now. You want to pick up where she left off?
Lotus feet. Oh. Their footsteps.
Okay. You know where she is about? Chapter 9 of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Everybody up here, get your book out and get ready. I might call on you to read.
I need a few minutes.
Okay. So in the meantime, you get yourself ready. Tom will read a little bit.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Text 52. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Gaura Jai Guru Srila Gaura Das Parampara devotees. With his Sankirtana movement, the Lord made everyone mad like himself. The Lord made everyone mad like himself. We do not find anyone who was not intoxicated by his Sankirtana movement. We do not find anyone who was not intoxicated by his Sankirtana movement. Persons who had formerly criticized Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, calling him a drunkard, also ate the fruit and began to dance, saying, "Very good, very good." After describing the Lord's distribution of the fruit of love of Godhead, I now wish to describe the different branches of the tree of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. After describing the Lord's distribution of the fruits of love of Godhead, I now wish to describe the different branches of the tree of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath. Always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps.
Okay, now read chapter 8. Bhakti Yoga.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. Chapter 8. The author receives the orders of Krishna and Guru. The author receives the orders of Krishna and Guru.
You know, I want to say one thing. Do you see why Lord Caitanya takes it seriously when people, they turn against this gift? They come and they get it, and sometimes some unfortunate thing comes and they turn against it, and they start preaching against it. Oh, painful. That's why they start drying up like a prune. Because it's such a great gift, this fruit of this bhakti, man, and it's with you for eternally, and by misfortune, some people, they just leave, and then they go and they go back onto the path of vaidhi and austerities and everything. But anyway, it's a lesson for them, and that happened 550 years ago, when Advaita was preaching, and people, they were of one opinion, but some people, they became adverse to this ecstatic devotion, started preaching something else, and that it changed it into false followers and real followers. And that happens here also. Some people, they leave and they get back into some other path, like austerities and being a Brahmin and all that. And you think what Prabhupada did was the way it's always supposed to be, and that they know better of what it is. And then they lose this jewel, and they become a false follower. See, this is real following. This, as you see, the example of the devotees here is what you read about in the book. See? What they do is not an example of it. So that's how it's a subtle thing. They look like real followers, in a sense. They have devotees, and they believe in Krishna and all that, but they don't have this ecstasy, and they don't have this conclusive understanding and action. They're intoxicated by this fruit, and everything you're reading about here is, some devotees are developing that here. Some are on their way to it, and for whatever reasons, this is their thing with God. And but a lot of people are getting more and more intoxicated by these transcendental fruit, and that's what it's all about, really. And that'll be with us forever. See, that's being in the real. It's being in the Lord. The Lord is transcendental. That potency, you're in Him. You're in His name. It's spiritual, and then you feel the effect of Him being in us. See, that effect is very wonderful, very soothing, very nurturing, very purifying, very inspirational, very intoxicating. And that's life. That's the life of a real devotee. People don't know that, but we're here to teach. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You want to say something there?
Yeah, can I read before you, Tom? Because I have at 2 yoga, and I would like to read a little bit.
Yeah. Go for it.
Can I? It's okay?
Of course. Yeah.
Chapter 8, Adi Lila?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All glories to Srila Gaura Haridas, all glories to beautiful people in the Sangha, and all glories to Lord Caitanya, all glories to Radha and Krishna. I offer my respects to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Come on. I'm reading. It's just something, okay? One sec. I lost my verse. I offer my respects to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by whose desire I have become like a dancing dog. And although I am a fool, I have suddenly taken to the writing of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto Sri Kriishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gaura Sundara. I also offer my respectful obeisance unto Nityananda Prabhu, who is always very joyful. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto Advaita Acharya, who is very merciful, and also to that great personality Gadadhara Pandita, the learned scholar. Let me offer my respectful obeisance unto Srivasa Thakura and all other devotees of the Lord. I fall down to offer them respect. I worship their lotus feet. By remembering the lotus feet of the Panchatattva, a dumb man can become a poet. A lame man can cross mountains, and a blind man can see the stars in the sky. The education cultivated by so-called learned scholars who do not believe the statement of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is like the tumultuous croaking of frogs. One who does not accept the glories of the Panchatattva but still makes a show of devotional service to Krishna can never achieve the mercy of Krishna or advance to the ultimate goal.
That is, people, they don't accept the glories of the Panchatattva. They don't accept the glories that you can get bhakti in this life, in other words, that you can get this mercy. They don't accept that. See? And they're just tumultuous croaking of frogs and blah, 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 just nothing. They get hard work, dry, and they don't accept this glory. And these are students often. It's unfortunate because, and all you have to do, you see, people just accept these glories, accept this bhakti, and they get it so easily. My God, man. So that's that simple. So the same thing was going on back then, the same challenge and issue that we have now. And so if you can understand history, you're not doomed to repeat it. So that's how it works.
If I may, I will just repeat what you were talking about with Christina before. I came to this online stream 55 minutes ago, and I thought, okay, I will stay 15 minutes. I will look at the devotees, just suck this transcendental vibe because it's always good for me. And then I was sitting and I was just listening, you reading, Christina reading, and you were commenting. And I felt this, my hair on my whole body, and I was like, "Ugh, what is it? What is it?" And I felt resistance, and your words were flowing, and I thought, "Okay, I am in right place. Everything is good. This is happening." But I could see my mind, that my mind is ready to do further, the daily duties. And then Christina said about resistance, and then I thought, okay, just stop feeling this resistance for a while. And then I was looking at the clock, and it was like 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, and then you were asking me to reading, and I just wanted, I just wanted, and I felt, okay, let's keep it. I mean, I would just do this class without preparation. It's not.
That's great. Yeah, if you're gonna have issues, this is a good issue to have.
Yeah, and also, because I like to repeat, I need to build my life, I need to master myself in few things, I need to learn language, but my attitude is that I'm just going there and I'm doing this, without lamentation and so on and so on. And Krishna consciousness, having a walk with Krishna japa or being here is like a charging, it's like a cleaning everything what you collected through this contact with material nature. Because even when you are super focused, super conscious, super steady and oriented, then you are doing this stuff. The outside, we're all in Maya. You are going just there and you are collecting this energy. And coming here, or yesterday, I had super nice experience. I was alone walking in the nature. And was the first sun in this winter here in Germany. And I was chanting, and it was such a beautiful. I felt like nothing exists, just me and holy name. And I was also thinking about you at this time, So, okay, I'm going to read. Formerly, kings like Jarasandha, the father-in-law of Kamsa, strictly follow the Vedic rituals, thus worshipping Lord Krishna. Somebody is making super sounds. One who does not accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead is certainly a demon. Similarly, anyone, I have all the time impression that I read already those verses. Similarly, anyone who does not accept Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Krishna, the same Super Lord, is also to be considered a demon. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thought, unless people accept me, they will all be destroyed. Thus, the merciful Lord accepted the sannyasa order. If a person offers obeisance to me, even due to accepting me only as an ordinary sannyasi, his material distress will diminish and he will ultimately get liberation. One who does not show respect unto this merciful Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or does not worship him should be considered a demon, even if he's very exalted in human society. Therefore, I say again, lifting my arms, O fellow human beings, please worship Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda without false arguments. Logicians say, unless one gains understanding through logic and argument, how can one decide upon a worshipable deity? If you are indeed interested in a logic and argument, kindly apply it to the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If you do so, you will find it to be strictly wonderful. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many births, he will not get the love of Godhead. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting.
If a person says, I'm Gurudev, and they're chanting Hare Krishna in this Gaudiya Vaishnava line, and they don't have love of God, well, they should look at that. Like, and people are saying, Gurudev, please deliver me. Can you be delivered if you're not delivered? Doesn't make sense. So whether you're a guru or a follower in this Krishna conscious movement, the goal is chanting Hare Krishna with love of God, with this devotion for the Lord awakening. And if there's some group of persons doing that, now that's where to go, because just by that mercy of those devotees, you will very quickly make it to the platform of chanting Hare Krishna with love of God. Otherwise, it's a big show bottle thing. Big show. You know, if you're going, I don't care. I've seen people in Raganuga Bhakta Sanghas, you know, they say Raganuga, but after 20 years, they still haven't developed love of God. Right? Nobody. You know?
Yeah, and this is probably from what you said before, that they don't know the Lord. The Lord is joyful and no problem. He wants play, and we are living in this conditions ocean of materialism, and people don't know how to be relaxed, how to be okay, how to embrace their feelings, emotions, their path, their human experience, who they are. They don't know this. So and I was thinking yesterday on this walk, because I saw Freddie ask, what is better, Vaidhi Bhakta or somebody who is relaxed and good and full of sattva? And I think this being relaxed and ecstatic, it brings you in a special frequency, which is the most near to the God. Yeah, and I was thinking about this all devotees who I met in my life before I came to the Sangha. It was like super contamination experience. I mean, I am grateful for all my experience, but it was like you can never be yourself. Actually, you can never be relaxed. They are blame you for who you are. They are taking the right that you are individual or you are happy. Of course, using the very nice words that only happiness of Krishna is worthy. But if we have individual relation, eternal relation with God, so what is the deal that Krishna is anyway happy? So what is the deal when we are miserable, when we have no self-realization?
See, they're still trying to attain Krishna. They speculate on what it is. They don't know. This is the thing that's called religion, and they all dress like they're authorities, but they're no real authorities yet. Only the real devotees. The Jesus Christ was an authority over the Pharisees because he knew the true nature of God. They didn't. They just speculated, oh, God is like this, and the book is like this, speculating on the scriptures. No, you got to be a devotee with real devotion, and then you can learn. And most of those persons, it's just a show. They're not, even the leaders are not favorable to real devotees. Therefore, they're blind leading the blind. Blind leaders, blind guides, just like Jesus said, just like all devotees see that have this real relationship awakened, they're intoxicated on this fruit that Lord Caitanya brought.
So all this etiquette cause only problems without love and without being self-realized in the way that you know your position in the relation of God, and you are just, you are alive, you are relaxed, unblocked.
See, religion is this, it's that poison of speculation in the like the Yamuna. See, the Yamuna is the pure thing. It's real Krishna, real ecstatic position of Krishna, and the real conclusive understanding. See, that's pure. That's the Vrindavan. But in Vrindavan, in the Yamuna, or in that pure flow, is the Kalya. The Kalya is the poison. That's the contaminated consciousness. And that's what they do. When the Acharyas were here, it was pure flow, And then after they leave, like Jesus leaves, and then Lord Caitanya left, and then for a while it's nice and pure. People understand these pure concepts. But then it turns down into religion because the contaminations come in. Those who have material desires, those who want to use God for money, use God to get advantage over people, to control them. All this stuff is contamination. So that's like Kalya in there. So Krishna, that happened in Vrindavan. So Krishna jumped in to the river and purified it. His pure self, jumps into that river. And that's how we do it, by preaching. The pure conception, the real conception is being preached. And that's like Krishna jumping into this flow of the Kalya contamination, and it purifies it. That's why this forceful preaching and demonstration of what is God really here. It's like the Lord, through the devotee, is purifying the world. Hey, that's the idea. The chanting, the ecstatic chanting, and the truthful preaching of a devotee purifies the world and the universe, because there's a lot of contaminations here.
I would love to say something about me. That for the listeners, because maybe some listeners would think that I am proud. I am just ordinary girl. I'm working with my desires in this body, in this geographical location, when I was born, in this clothes. And I'm working daily on myself. But what I can say, and I don't like religion, and I don't follow rules and regulation. This I want to be clear with everybody. But I am super attracted to this preaching. I always admire you, Guru, and those devotees. I always felt that there is a God and we are very close. And this Krishna consciousness and this Chaitanya message and mission, just pointing this personal aspect, which is crazy, which is super, which can be felt in my veins. But I will not cover myself with this clothes. I will not pretend. I will run my social media. I will be myself, work with what I got. But my attraction, and when I am out, let's say outside, when I'm not here, I always remember that there is no other truth. Okay, and when we are going in this under subjects, when we are dealing with, what is mind, under conscious, this energy, this astral world, this is so messy. It all is, but this is so messy, so complex, that it's not even worth it to go in those topics. We are on this but to know this, we have to know who we are and with whom we are relation with, and how we can stay on this frequency. Unmute yourself, Gurudev, please.
This is the two different paths. See, the one path is people are attracted to worshiping and serving Krishna according to the rules and regulations. They like it, And the other path is they see the happiness of Krishna and they're attracted to that. That's you. See, you're not attracted, give me rules. No, you don't want to follow Krishna because of that. No, you want to follow Krishna because of the happiness you get in worship, in intimacy with Krishna. So that's Raganuga. So that's why we don't attract everybody, because some people, they look at this and they say, that's not attractive to me. Give me the rules. So there they go. That's why Lord Caitanya taught both paths, because the most are attracted to starting with the rules and the regulation. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I used to have, I have still my murti, but I used to have an altar, and I serve Krishna daily with some water, fruits, flowers, and arati, and I really loved it. But even there, I was doing this on very joyful way, like I was dancing, praying, bowing down, and really I had a relation. I was talking, and then I heard from some advanced devotee that I must do all of this. And okay, it was okay. It was just discussion, and I said, but I don't feel that I must. I'm doing this daily because I want. I really want. And he was very stubborn in this conversation, and he was repeating like, you don't understand what is love. When you want, it is equivalent that you must. And he was empathizing on this must, on this must, on this must. And it's okay. Maybe my ego just didn't like it that he ordered me, or he was using must. But the thing was about, I wanted to explain the love to God, that I'm doing this because I want, because it's so natural. This I wanted to empathize. And he was empathizing all the time, this must. And we couldn't understand each other. And I think for him, and what he was doing actually creates this resistance, that I didn't want to anymore, you know. And of course, it can be somebody can say, "Oh, you are offended too easily," or you should accept the other person's mood. But it's like you would preach and you would shout and say that must. It would naturally, we would not like to be here. Yeah, it's a natural stuff. We want to go to this joyful, nice frequency, because we said before, it's a frequency of God. But when you are doing like this and you are forcing, why forcing? What is in this person who are presenting this? It's something, I think it's his projection, his renunciation, his projection, his way of perception.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's just it's two different paths. See, those persons that are not attracted to this, then what is their alternative? They have to be almost like forced to do devotional service out of fear, you know. So that's why that path is there, and that's why those devotees are there for those kinds of persons. They're teachers for them, and so sometimes people, yeah, so they go wherever they're meant. So we're here for those who want to worship the Lord in intimacy and ecstasy. You know, that's here. This is Raganuga. And very quickly people become spontaneous devotees. And that's why a lot of people coming here, they awaken so quickly, because they came into incarnation for this. You know, they've been working on this a long time, just waiting for the opportunity to have a sangha that will accept them and not, you know, try to control them and make them feel unhappy, you know. So go ahead. Whatever you want to do or say.
By cultivating philosophical knowledge, one can understand his spiritual position and thus be liberated. And by performing sacrifices and pious activities, one can achieve sense gratification in a higher planetary system. But the devotional service of the Lord is so rare that even by executing hundreds and thousands of such sacrifice, one cannot obtain it. If a devotee wants material sense gratification or liberation from the Lord, Krishna immediately delivers it. But pure devotional service he keeps hidden.
This is the thing. So Ramananda Roy said, if pure devotional service is available somewhere, one should immediately get it. See, so if you don't have the greed for it and the desire for it, then that's the only real qualification. And if it's available, you see hundreds of thousands of years of lifetimes of austerities, you still can't get it. But the only way to get it is the greed for it. And the greed for it means when the devotees are distributing it, then you go for it. Otherwise, if you still believe, oh, I'm going to get it through. I've heard this so many times. Gora, I don't have to do, you know, what you're doing or be with you guys. I'm going to get it by doing my sadhana, you know, by my austerities and following Prabhupada's process of Vaidhi Bhakti, and then it's going to arise naturally. And baloney, see, the verse says no. You can do that and do that and do that. No, it's by the mercy of the devotees distributing this. That is the only practical way. Otherwise, you're going to die of Vaidhi Bhakta. You're going to be doing many, many lifetimes before you get prema. And when you do get prema, it's going to be because you're going to understand what we're teaching right now in that lifetime, and then come to the devotees to get it. If you never do that, you just hundreds and thousands of lifetimes, you won't get this intimate, ecstatic worship until the devotees are distributing it here in the world. That's why Lord Caitanya came as a devotee, because only in that mood can you teach it properly.
It's nice to go for a walk and having an access, having this mercy, having this joy and these feelings, and not having these 9 stages of the bhakti path, which could only, you don't know if you should breathe or you should say or you should have decolled, or it's like making you sick. Sorry, but I'm really yeah, I don't like robots. I mean, these material worlds produce robots, and even in religion, and even with Krishna, they are doing this. Okay. The great sage Narada said, "My dear Maharaja Yudhishthira, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is always ready to help you. He's your master, guru, God, very dear friend, and head of your family. Yet sometimes he agrees to act as your servant or order carrier. You are greatly fortunate because this relationship is possible only by Bhakti Yoga. The Lord can give liberation, mukti, very easily, but he does not very easily give one Bhakti Yoga, because by that process, he's bound to the devotee." Lord.
Was the teaching of Jesus to just simply, just whoever would accept him, he would be, I mean, really deeply from their heart, without doubt, they would get this devotion. And the same thing with Lord Caitanya. If people would just accept him, accept his devotees who had this special gift of this prema, this bhakti, then you can get it. And otherwise not. What was the last sentence there? Read that, because I kind of forgot.
Guru Maharaj, you could be a rapper.
Yeah?
Yeah. Otherwise you get it. Otherwise you're not.
Yeah.
The Lord can give liberation, mukti, very easily, but he does not very easily give one Bhakti Yoga, because by that process he's bound to the devotee.
Yeah. That's why you gotta, he's bound to the devotee. So, hey man, you want this relationship? Otherwise, keep it. It'll just be dormant. He's there, but he's not there for you. You're not aware of it. But hey man, you need to want this. Otherwise, it's like you're gonna be stuck with God. Do you want to be stuck with God? Of course, but people don't know that. So Lord Caitanya was thinking, for a long time, I have not given this relationship, this intimacy with myself, 4,320,000,000 years. I want to do that now. It's his desire. And so he starts preaching it. And it's so attractive that people think, hey, man, this is much better than having a relationship with Maya. Maya only just makes me miserable. All I do is I have this relationship with the material modes of nature, and those who are in the modes and channel the modes and believe in the modes, as real. And all of my life is miserable and inauspicious. And look at the devotees. Look at those who are getting Krishna and being bonded with this intimacy with the Lord. It's so attractive. It's so wonderful. Wow, you can be happy like this, all the time. Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's great. See, so the Lord wants to distribute that again. And because in Vaidhi, it's a must, and you have to. And who likes to live? God doesn't like to live like that. He likes to be free, right? That's why Vrindavan is there. So he wants to give that freedom of Vrindavan. And all we need is being close to God, and he purifies everything. You know, if he's awakened in our heart and we accept him and everything, as you know, he's that, you know, that blue zapper thing, you know, he's so close and so with you and everything. Contaminations come in there, it's going zap, zip, 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 and you stay clear and clean, you know, just doing intimate, ecstatic, devotional worship, you know, chanting his name in ecstasy, and it's zap, 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 zap of any thing. Even in Kali Yuga, you're like untouched by that. You know, can you imagine? People are touched by that because they don't know how to meditate on the transcendental Lord. They don't know how to get this awakened, so they're stuck in this Maya. So our pleasure and my happiness is to help people. You know, hey man, get close relationship with God and become happy. Chant and become happy. You know. But that's going to happen when people take to the association of real devotees, real Vaishnavas, regardless whether they have the external signs or not. They need the internal signs of this intimacy and ecstasy. That's what we're teaching here. How teaching and showing. We're teaching its glory, glorifying it. Yeah, man, this is so great. The book is glorifying it, and we just pick up on the book and just make it more clear and understandable, you know, so that people can desire, you know, where real benefit is the transcendental Lord and the path to it. So they can go right there and go right in. I mean, it's available now, man. The commodity is on the shelf being distributed, you know, so that's what we're doing.
Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has freely given this love of Krishna everywhere and anywhere, even to the most fallen, such as Jagai and Madhai. What then to speak of those who are already pious and elevated?
Coming here already. They're coming here already, and they can't do sadhana. They have negative trips and everything, but they are starting to cry for Krishna, and many of these gurus can't even do it. They can't even, they're gurus, they have all these followers, and they can't even cry for Krishna. And we got people here that can't even do sadhana, but they accept what we're doing and what we're teaching. You know, they like being here, and they read, they chant their guru's name, and tears are rolling down their eyes. And these big gurus can't get it because it's not attained by the path they're following. They got to follow this path, you know, and then they'll get. So if they're not greedy enough and they're happy with their followers, and their followers are happy, just say, oh, Gurudev, deliver me, and you're happy with that show bottle, that empty show, well, okay, go for it, man. Go ahead.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, is fully independent. Therefore, although it is the most confidentially stored benediction, he can distribute love of Godhead to anyone and everyone without consideration.
He was alive. He was alive and or manifest and doing that. So when the devotees are manifest now, because that's how he's going to do it and how he is doing it, the same thing happens. People can get it, to anyone and anyone who can get it. If you develop faith in association of real devotees, faith in their message, faith in their ecstasy, very easily you get it. Otherwise, you're going to have faith in Maya, you're going to have faith in religion, and you're going to get that, which is not this. Do you want this? Very easy. It's being distributed. Come into the associated devotees. Turn your camera on every day. And as you're getting purified, you'll become increasingly attracted. And then you get this intimacy and ecstasy that's preached about in a book. Okay, go ahead.
Whatever is offensive or inoffensive, anyone who can now chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda is immediately overwhelmed with ecstasy, and tears fill his eyes. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Simply by talking of Nityananda Prabhu, one awakes his love for Krishna. Thus all his bodily limbs are agitated by ecstasy, and tears flow from his eyes like the waters of the Gangas. There are offenses to be considered while chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, simply by chanting Hare Krishna, one does not become ecstatic. If one's heart does not change, tears do not flow from his eyes, his body does not shiver, and his bodily hairs do not stand on end as he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It should be understood that his heart is a hard as iron. This is due to his offenses at the lotus feet of the Lord's holy name.
Yeah, and now, see, a lot of people think, okay, let me chant Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya's name. But still, their heart ain't melting. Okay? Tears are not flowing from their eyes. So what's going on with that? Okay? So the deal is, it's by the association of real devotees who do chant like that. They think you think it's an easy thing to chant Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda's name and then ecstasy awakens, but I don't see it. People still, they've been doing it and they're still Vaidhi Bhaktas. They're still ritualistic. They still don't like what we're doing. Okay? So the Lord taught there's a beautiful verse about this in Prabodhananda's poem, A Nectar Moon of Lord Chaitanya. He said, Lord Chaitanya gives pure love of Krishna to those who pay him obeisances, who chant his name, who worship him, give respect from afar. See, he gives pure love of God to his devotees. So you need to be still a devotee, and then you'll have this pure love of God. That's why we don't see it's awakening so easily, even people chanting Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya's name. See, you need, that's why it's the devotees who have this pure love of God. And then you go through those devotees who love Lord Chaitanya, truly, genuine, they're associates. And then you go and get the love of Krishna through them, by their association. Okay? Otherwise, if you're not a devotee of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, and if you are from, say, a previous life, you'll chant their names and ecstasy will awaken in you. But if you're not, it won't. And so what do? Well, the safe bridge to that work, is the devotees who already are devotees. That's why that other verse comes into play. The other verse, it is not by sadhana or by mantra chanting or anything that one attains Krishna Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. It's all leading to the devotee. All the study of these books, everything is leading into faith into the devotee who is an associate of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. And by that association, firm faith in that, coming to that firm faith that this is it, this is the way. And then all of a sudden you start to, Bhakti Lata Bees starts to awaken, like a bloom in you. And you start attracted to chanting. Attracted to the association of attracted to hearing people whose voices are choking up in emotion. The natural person is not It's not natural for them to be around persons like Lalita Ganga and chanting these verses and her crying, or devotees crying and tears are coming. It's not natural for people of the world. It's unnatural for them, because of contamination. They're identifying too much with the world. So this is the practical path for people. It's all this. We're just explaining verbally what has been written in there. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Simply chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra without offenses vanish all sinful activities. Thus pure devotional service, which is the cause of love of Godhead, becomes manifest. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When one's transcendental loving service to the Lord is actually awakened, it generates transformations in the body, such as perspiration, trembling, dropping of the heart, faltering of the voice, and tears in the eyes. As a result of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one makes such great advancement in spiritual life that simultaneously his material existence terminates and he receives love of Godhead. The holy name of Krishna is so powerful that by chanting even one name, one very easily achieves this transcendental riches. If one chants the exalted holy name of the Lord again and again, and yet his love for the Supreme Lord does not develop, and tears do not appear in his eyes, it is evident that because of his offenses in chanting, the seed of the holy name of Krishna does not sprout. But if one only chants with some slight faith the holy names of Lord Caitanya and Nityananda, very quickly he is cleansed of all offenses. Thus, as soon as he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he feels the ecstasy of love for God.
Still, they're teaching. Still, they're teaching many lifetimes before you get prema. Still, because it's not working. That you still have to understand the value of the devotees. Jesus taught this, and Lord Caitanya taught this also. The same preaching. You got to accept the living devotee when they're here. Just by that acceptance and by hearing from them, you'll very quickly come to this ecstatic chanting platform. Otherwise, you could say, yeah, I accept Lord Caitanya and his name with faith in Nityananda, and then the Lord sends the devotee, but you don't like them. See? Therefore, that's why people's heart stays hard. They're chanting Nityananda's name every day and Lord Chaitanya's name every day, but prema doesn't awaken. And then because when they come to the devotee who is sent here to help remove the offenses by their own chanting of the name and the pastimes, but because they're ecstatic devotees, they don't accept. See? So all of this is leading to meeting the real devotees who are alive in the body, and they emanate Krishna's flavor, aroma in this ecstatic ecstasy. And this conclusive understanding of these things, it makes a safe bridge so that people in this life can cross over to this ecstatic fruit, chanting the name with intoxication. Yeah, and that's really the essence. You got to come to the devotee. It's always been like that. The living devotee, when they're here distributing this bhakti, That's why, a lot of devotees were getting something when Prabhupada was here, even though he wasn't preaching as elaborately these things. But because he's an ecstatic devotee, people were getting something. But when he left, because it wasn't deep enough, it wasn't rooted enough, it just like air in a balloon, just petered out. And then people got back into, the austerities and all of that stuff, Yeah. So anyway, we're here to continue this crying school and laughing school now.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, is greatly magnanimous. Unless one worships him, one can never be liberated. Oh fools, just read Sri Chaitanya Mangala. By reading this book, you can understand all the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. As Vyasadeva has compiled all the pastimes of Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam, Thakura Vrindavana Dasa has depicted the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. Thakura Vrindavana Dasa has composed Sri Chaitanya Mangala. Hearing this book annihilates all misfortune. By reading Sri Chaitanya Mangala, one can understand all the glories and truths of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and come to the ultimate conclusion of devotional service to Lord Krishna. In Sri Chaitanya
Freddie, yeah. By the way, it's not about arriving any place, so we stop on the way and discuss these things. So Freddie says, how can one chant the holy names without offenses? And that's a very good question, because basically you really can't, as a neophyte, chant without offenses. So the main offenses, see, there are 10 offenses to the holy name, but the main ones is to blaspheme those devotees who are distributing the holy name in all over the world. If you can just get over that one, all the others will go, because you come into the association of those who are distributing the whole name, the devotion to Krishna name, the ecstatic devotion to Krishna. You get over the offense of criticizing, blaspheming, or deriding or laughing at the devotees who are distributing the holy name all over the world, and then you come into their association, and then you get the taste by that devotee because they chant the holy name, and it's through them that you'll get taste even without qualification. Then you got these other things, no problem. The Lord says, oh, you accept my devotee, therefore I accept you. So I give myself to you. Now you chant. Now you chant with taste. See? And then you may have some of these other things are attached to this or attached to that, but you got taste now. And all that stuff goes bye-bye in due course, but much faster. Well, otherwise it really doesn't get done, So, matter of fact, Krishna said, Lord Chaitanya taught, if Krishna does not arise in your heart, there's no benefit in doing austerities. And if Krishna does arise in your heart, whether you do austerities or not, then you if you do, it'll be some benefit there. But now you've achieved where austerities are meant to bring you. Okay, so this is a very important point. If people will just come into the association of those who are chanting in ecstasy, who have received this divine gift, this bhakti, this fruit, and it's manifesting. See, it's fructifying in their lives. They chant the holy names, and people can see, wow, this person he's intoxicated or she's intoxicated. See, he's bearing fruit. See, and you come into the association. Even those who are, even if you're just getting this and you're cultivating, and it's not even that mature or fully mature, still, people will be delivered just by your association because they will get the potency through you. It's amazing. And that's how the Lord has set it up, deliverance in this world, starting with Jesus, and with Lord Caitanya just makes it even more the Siddhantically clear how to do this. for the Christians, actually, and for actually the Vaishnavas when they meet the ecstatic devotee preaching the conclusive, confidential conclusion of Chaitanya Charitamrita. If people will accept this preaching and this example here, very easily they'll enter the kingdom of God. They will chant and dance and become ecstatic, and the Lord will be with them forever like this.
Gurudev, I need to slowly go, but can I answer for what you said? Can I share my experience?
Yeah, and you know what? I don't stop asking everybody. Stop asking me permission. Just open your mouth. You see me asking permission? Yeah, just be yourself.
No, you are just popping up. Morning, evening, during verses, like a cool transcendental rapper.
Really? Really?
I want.
That's a red rag, baby. That's a red rag to this bull.
Good that you said something, Karuna, because I was worrying about you. You are too calm today.
Too calm.
Before Krishna consciousness, I had an experience with this Christian mala. I did a lot in my life, especially to Saint Mary. And I was chanting this Christian prayers, and I was always, I had super faith, you know. Of course, mostly I was chanting when I need to something, when I needed to get something, or when I was in trouble. Then I was super humble and I was chanting a lot. I always had this. And then I met first devotee, and I had the mala, Hindu mala from my yoga school. From my Hatha Yoga school. I had some small mala, and he showed me Krishna Mahamantra. And I remember I was waking up every day at 5 or 4, and I tried to chanting Hare Krishna. So I did 108 names, but with full of effort, full of offenses. I couldn't end even Hare Krishna, and I was thinking about something, but I mastered very fast. And then, before I met you, there was 2 years of chanting. I couldn't chant, never dry. As soon as I learned, you know, as soon as I got this flow, it was not natural to chant dry, because it's a name. It was always joyful. And I had my first laughing at her experience, and really some big experience on Sri Lanka 1.5 years ago. But when I met you, I discovered how to chant, and since then it's just, I'm always describing this Mahamantra is happening in me. I mean, every day is chanting, and every day through this is successful. And sometimes I am chanting natural during the day, and I'm chanting in me like Hare Krishna, and I feel like, no, it's not enough. And then I'm trying to focus on Lord and generate some joy in my heart, and suddenly it's this is on the first plan, and realizations are coming. So it's like tuning in. It's I think it's about our attitude, about sincerity. There is no recipe. The recipe is doing this from your heart with sincerity and honesty. And then, yeah. You are muted.
Chanting, and then you begin to think about the pastimes, and you get really ecstatic sometimes. Sometimes it's good that you can even, like you can contemplate a verse while you're chanting. Contemplate a verse, and you find you become ecstatic because you're remembering Krishna and hearing about Krishna. And so it's powerful like that. It's actually Bhakti Vinod Thakur taught that way of bhajan. He said you just chant, chant the name, and also contemplate the pastimes, and often too, sometimes you're just chanting, and it just comes, the pastimes come into consciousness and something, you think about something really wonderful about Krishna and they get really ecstatic.
So I am on that level where just the name is for me like, whoa, full excitement. Like I can do like Hare or Krishna, and from this one name, there is a whole package of information.
Yeah.
It's
Wonderful.
like juicy.
Yeah. Sounds like you found a fantastic path.
Surely poorly.
Chickaboom path.
Thank you for your association.
Yeah.
And see you. I like this evening classes. They are more fitting to me right now, to be honest.
Which evening class? Which
You
one?
are doing lately evening classes.
Is this what this class or another one? You know, in the daytime.
Aha, my evening. So
In your
another
evening.
classes. You are coming at night. This is nice.
When I was like in the desert doing stuff and.
Yeah. So lately, this week, you were coming at my evening. Now it's mid. It's 1 p.m. And then at my evening, you look more intoxicated. You're like super determined, and there is no agenda. You want to just talk. And is it so? What is time? What is the time?
Now?
When you do this another class?
Oh, for my time is usually during the daytime.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's night?
Now it's night, yeah, dark. It's early morning, actually. It's 4:17 a.m. We've already been on 3 hours. 3 hours and 9 minutes. It's only 4:30.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So Tom, you want to read? You want to read, Tom? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Read. Read. Do you have a chapter you feel like reading, or anything special, or?
I was looking during the class. You asked me what happens when you focus on the name, and every time you hear the name that you are chanting the name during the class.
Mm-hmm.
So I was focused on that.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. All right. So how about reading chapter 1 of Adi Lila?
Adi Lila, chapter 1.
No. How about, actually, let me look here. Let me find it here myself. How about we read Bhagavad Gita? Read chapter 14 in Bhagavad Gita. And I'll be back in a minute. I have to start my generator, so just wait for me.
Chapter 14.
Yeah, chapter 14 Bhagavad Gita. But wait for me because I have to start the generator. I'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yeah, you can read it with your guitar.
The three modes of material nature. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Again I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection." The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Again I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection." By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution. Wow. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution. Wow. The total material substance called Brahman. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth. Is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate. And it is that Brahman that I impregnate, making possible the births of all living beings, O son of Bharat, making possible the births of all living beings, O son of Bharat. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. O sinless one,
See, when we're coming, so the opposite is having now. We're coming in contact with the Lord's spiritual nature, and we become deconditioned by that, or reconditioned by that, or recommissioned by that, a new commission. See, that's the secret. So coming to meeting the devotee, you're starting to meet the divine nature. See, getting to know it. You meet it because they emanate that divine nature, the ecstasy, see? And also the truth, see, so the spiritual teacher, the real devotees, they represent that spiritual nature. And that's how now you're starting to come in contact with the divine nature, and it purifies you of that which you got from coming into contact. That's the only contact people have generally, is the material modes of nature, and they become conditioned by it. So the devotees offer their association to help people become purified of those modes, because they need to come in contact with the divine nature. It's not usually enough in the book. You need to get activated by the mercy of the spiritual master. They activate your spiritual life. See? Chapter 12, Adi Lila. Okay?
So that's how we come decontaminated and delivered.
Please.
Hare Krishna. O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating, and it frees from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge. O sinless one.
See, again, that's not exactly so. You don't become free of all sin. It is not possible by the mode of goodness, but you become free of the sins in the mode of passion and ignorance more, because now you're in contact with the mode of goodness. But this is not easy, because that takes Brahmins and sannyasis have a life of austerity to stay in that mode after some years or maybe lifetimes, it becomes like a habit, and they're able to live like that. But that's purifies you up to a certain extent. But it's not all sinful reactions. That's why Brahmins and sannyasis don't generally chant the holy names with great ecstasy and ecstatic love. So contact with Shuddha Bhakti is what purifies you, really. Because Lord Caitanya contradicted this, his own Bhagavad Gita. Lord Caitanya said those who are Brahmins, following Brahminical principles in the mode of goodness, even perfected that, cannot purify themselves or anybody else unless they're Shuddha Bhaktas. Mm-hmm. And so this is why the Shuddha Bhaktas, to get real purification of all the modes and transcend all the modes, so that you can be a part of the eternal spiritual world with the devotees there. So that's why you get purified by association of a bona fide guru and real devotees. See, so this is where it's all leading, because this is considered real purification to the most advanced souls. This is okay. It's good. It's a good position usually, Not always, because a lot of times they go against the devotees that are on the deeper mode. They want to compete with them because they still got some false ego there. They're not purified of all sinful reactions. See, only the Shuddha Bhaktas and their teachings can help people understand how to stay in association of those who are above the modes, because of, God is actually living in them, this transcendental self. Okay?
The word by word is confirming what you're saying. It's more clear. It says, being purest in the material world.
Go ahead. Read it.
Oh, and read it.
Yeah.
Tatra, there, then the mode of goodness, being purest in the material world, illuminating without any sinful reaction, with happiness by association, conditions with knowledge, by association again, also, O sinless one.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm glad you said that, because that's what it is. In the material world, it's the purest, but it's not transcendental yet.
Yes, exactly. So this is a confirmation of your explanation.
Yeah, see, that's it. So that's how you develop faith and confidence in a real devotee, because most people that I've seen read Bhagavad Gita in just its context of the mode of goodness, and they'll never explain it like we're explaining. They never will even. They think that's it. But when I read Bhagavad Gita, I read in terms of Shuddha Bhakti and where it's leading, because that's where people need to be pointed. So when like verses, Krishna says, transcend all, surrender to me and transcend all the modes of nature. So surrender to Shuddha Bhakti, Krishna, and transcend even goodness. And then you're really getting purified. So that's what we teach here. So you got to point people to the transcendence. Point them in that direction, not just stop at goodness and think, I've just become a good Brahmin and then I'm purified of all sinful reaction. See, that's not exactly conclusive.
Hare Krishna. Text 7.
Yeah, it would have been nice if Prabhupada would have put in there like that, like would he put in the word for word, not all sinful reaction. See, so that's one thing I would say, that would have been better to reflect the accurate statement there, because people think that, then I'm free of all sin, but it's not so. The word for word explains. That's why I say go for the word for word when there's something that seems not exactly, it could be more clear, in other words, and then go to that, and it clears it up.
Yeah. In the word by word, it says, Nirma Latvat, being purest in the material world. Back, text 7. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. In the mode of passion. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longing. O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive actions. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive actions.
The opposite is true. When you contact devotees, then you start to develop unlimited desire to be with Krishna. Okay? longing. You start longing for this truth, especially when you see devotees chanting in ecstasy and maybe you're not so much. You start a longing for this. Oh, I wish I could also be like this. And this is wonderful. Otherwise, better to long for this than long for things in the world. And that's what actually reduces your longing for things in the world, is longing for Krishna. See? And then eventually Krishna will fulfill your desire more and more. See? And then you'll get him.
Here again.
You need to see the devotees who are chanting with longing and eagerness, because they have that. Because when you get a taste for Krishna, it creates this, I want more. It's like you become a transcendental hunger. Just like people, they get a taste for gold and wealth in the world, they want more. See, but this happens with the Lord's transcendental body. And this, there's no fault in this, but plenty of fault for longing for gold. You get attached, you become miserly. Here, you become attached to the Lord increasingly, and you become more and more magnanimous. You begin to want to share this with others too, instead of hoarding your gold. Here, we want to share our gold. Our gold is Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna. That's our gold. See, we want, and it increases by sharing it. That gold, people think, oh, it decreases by giving it away, and it probably does.
Yeah. Here again, in the word by word, there's something that's not in the translation, and here it is, by association, with the word by association. So there is one more word.
Just read the whole thing. Read the whole thing.
The mode of passion.
Yeah? No, read the whole word for word.
Yeah, that's starting with the mode of passion, born of desire or lust. No, with hankering, association, produced of, that binds, O son of Kunti. By association with fruitive activity, the embodied.
See, that's why, Jesus said, if the Son sets you free, you're free indeed. See? So the Son is free. Jesus is free. A bona fide guru is free if they're bona fide. If not, they're still bound by even the mode of goodness. They can practice austerities and be rules, regulations, and be, like that. And still, they're bound by the mode of goodness. Okay? So you got to meet a Shuddha Bhakta who's actually free in the transcendental form of meditating on the form of Krishna. And then the Krishna is in them, keeping them alive, keeping them juicy, keeping them free and understanding, the right understanding, and purified with this ecstatic devotion. See, in that they're in the transcendental form of the Lord, in his name and his pastimes and his qualities. See, therefore the Lord feeds that devotee. See that, and that's why you see them ecstatic and conclusive. See, and then they feed their disciples and those who come to them what the Lord is showing them, and that's the procedure. And then their devotees, their sons or their disciples, sons and daughters, their disciples, start to mature and grow up in this bhakti, and they become like that for others. Just like a family in this world, the same kind of thing, but it happens on the transcendental tree of devotion. Go ahead.
No, with hankering, association, produced of, that binds. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. O son of Bharat, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. O son of Bharat, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The result of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep. which bind the conditioned soul. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. O son of Bharat, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness. O son of Bharat, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness. Passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance, covering one's knowledge, binds one to madness. O son of Bharat, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness. Passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance, covering one's knowledge, binds one to madness. Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. Defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharat.
Yeah, madness. This is what we see, the mode of ignorance. We see the qualities of mode of ignorance being pretty prominent now in the world. See, people are becoming very mad and crazy, really crazy, and they're teaching crazy things. And people who believe in them are becoming mad like them and crazy like them, becoming fearful like them. See, so this is the mode of ignorance. It's so much fear and so much anxiety, but it's so dark that people are like madmen. And these madmen are in charge. They're in charge of the world. They're in politics. They're in the medical, and they're it's like going into the insane. There's this book or a movie called King of Hearts. And in this place is the mad people were actually in charge of the world, and the really normal people were put into the insane asylum. See, so that's basically what is happening here. These mad people in the mode of ignorance, these Satanists, they're Satanists, man. They're drinking blood, eating feces, and doing and what do you call kidnapping the children. I mean, this is all out there. It's all public knowledge now. Well, maybe not so much. It's pretty much out there now, information. And these are the persons in charge of the government. Now, maybe not all of them are like this, but a fair amount of the politicians are like this. A fair amount of the FBI and CIA are like this. They're supposed to protect our government. Way up in the higher echelons, they've taken over. They're like that in the church. Can you imagine the Catholic, the Vatican? So all of these mad people are in charge. They're crazy, totally, literally crazy. And you can see those who listen to them become insane like them. So they're teaching very bad things. They're teaching what shouldn't be done as to be done. Putting 2 masks on and breathing your own CO2. This is the most ridiculous thing. It is so obnoxious. It is so in the mode of ignorance. It is so stupid. And people are doing it. The masses are doing it. And the same thing, locking down, being in fear of doing extreme things to hide away from a virus that is 99% recovered. You recover from it. 99%. Can you imagine? And then they want you to take injections that people are actually dying from. See? They're actually dying from so many, or not everybody, but many people are, or they will, and their DNA is being changed and manipulated for a virus that is 99% people are going to recover from. This is to do to such dangerous things is in the mode of ignorance. You're doing things that shouldn't be done as to be done. See, practically, we see these things happening, and people are accepting it. Intelligent.
They're calling it Trojan horse here. The injection. They're calling it Trojan horse.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is a Trojan thing. Well, Trojan horse is kind of like this internet. They and the Facebook and the Google. They say, "Oh, here, take it free. This is a gift." This like they did with the Trojan horse. Oh, it's a gift. It's a gift. And then they come in the end. Then they come and attack you. They come and take away your freedoms or your liberties. They use it to find out who is not gonna in line with the new world order, where you're not agreeing to be a slave. See, so that's the Trojan horse in many of these instances. Yeah.
Yeah, they sell it like the remedy, but it's a covered poison.
It's covered poison. Yeah, and they say and they're actually making people pay for it. They're hyping it up so much, that thing injection. They're making it, there's only it's like salespeople. Well, there's only a limited amount of that. Or if you're lucky, you can get one. Only $125. They're making money off it. And then they censor all the information that shows you the people they're getting the shot and they're going like this. And one person said their arm swelled up like that, when they got it, and God knows what it's doing to their body in the future, all this stuff. And people are dying, doctors are dying, nurses are dying, and they censor everything. Oh, it's very safe. This is
I can show you some pictures of it when people got injections.
Oh yeah, show me. Yeah, send them to me.
I can send
it in Telegram.
Okay, I have to know your Telegram. Okay, later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Send it in Telegram. Otherwise, they may throw your thing off. For this. You don't know. There.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hey, you know what? I think that's enough for me today, because I need to take some rest now.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Sorry I didn't get to all your questions here or comments. Okay. Well, good night. I'll see you later. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Thanks, Karuna, for coming. Haribo. How do I? Here, end broadcast.
Hare Krishna.